Let me tell y'all something. After 10 years at a company, I was fired Friday. They fired me Friday and like 200 other people. I was part of a massive layoff. I was part of a massive layoff they had Friday. No explanations, no nothing. And after 10 years, you'd think that they'd give you some kind of explanation to why, but they didn't. But I know why. Because of piss poor management. I was part of that massive layoff at the Birmingham Water Works, and I tell you this, I'll never put any kind of faith in a company again. I'll never do it. I watch guys that's got mortgages and how vehicle payments and bills up to their eyeballs because it's such a good job, and now they're forced to figure out what they're going to do. So I've always said I'm going to go out on my own and start something. Well, this was the push, and I'm thankful for it. A lot of people's upset, but I'm thankful for it because I am sick and tired of working for the man. So yeah, I'll update y'all as we go, but as of right now, I plan on going out on my own and figuring it out. I'm not looking for jobs. I'm not putting in applications. I'm going to make it one way or the other. But y'all pray for my guys that, you know, a lot of them lost their jobs, all due to piss poor management. I'll talk a little more on that after I get my money. They owe me a lot of money. I'll tell y'all more about that later, but I'm getting my money first. Anyways, y'all have a good one.
So AI is...
Homeboy says he's going to get his bag first. And real talk, I think I heard about that in Birmingham. I think it's first time I kind of heard a water company laying off about 100 and something people. That's weird to me. Typically, utility companies, they grow, right? I've never seen them cut like that. But I keep telling people, this is the time to build. This is the time to build. You got to build now if you haven't built before. Building is going to be harder. When I say building, whether you're getting into real estate and you're going to learn the wholesale real estate deals, which you can actually do through our school community and Real Estate Lunchbox, in which I tell you how to get your first deal in 90 days, which is big, okay? Big, real big, especially you can do it faster now with AI. Yeah, we talk about that. Or whether you're talking about building a content channel where you can talk about stuff like this, it doesn't matter. Brand, build, and do it now because AI has made it easier, but the market isn't going to get better, okay? It's not going to get better from that standpoint. And I'm a believer, you got to bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. The people who bet on themselves in this season, there's no loss. Even if you don't get to the number that you're looking for, you're still learning and you're laying down a foundation for your next run. But you got to bet on yourself. Take your skills and take that to the market as fast as you can.
Your crew is ready. Your pipeline is full. The only thing missing? Capital. Our construction build product gives contractors the leverage to break ground on more projects without draining your reserves or turning down jobs. Click the link below and let's get your next project off the ground today.
going to force a lot of people to look at entrepreneurship. And let's be real, and I've said this in my other videos, that a lot of the layoffs or the tech layoffs or layoffs in any company that's happening at this time is due to the overhiring during the pandemic. So a lot of companies are trying to truncate, they're trying to reduce their human capital because they overhired during the pandemic, right? But when we take a look at AI and where AI is going, there's going to be a lot more automation. There's going to be a lot more efficiency. It's going to be a lot more of that, right? So what does that mean? If I have a department of 20 people, maybe I only need 10 at this time, or maybe I only need 7 people, right? And it's not going to happen right away because AI adoption is not moving as fast as investors would like. So it's going to take time. It's going to take another maybe 5 to 10 years to really see what corporate environments are going to look like and how they need to be redesigned. But when that does happen, what is that going to mean for everybody? And I think that's where side hustles and entrepreneurship are going to be very, very important. But then also along with that is that you need to learn these AI tools. These AI tools are creating more efficiency, is giving you more resources at your fingertips. So I think people really need to pay attention to what's happening at the forefront, so that way you can benefit from it in the long run. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Does this make any sense? Or do you have a different opinion? Let me know what you think.
You do not have to live the life that everybody else thinks you should. 2 years ago, I quit my good paying city job, and a lot of people's first reaction was like, what about your pension? What about your retirement? And I was like, what about it? Like, what about it? Like, what you're asking me to do is choose between my dreams or staying in a job that I don't like for 30 years. I'd rather take a chance on my dreams than stay in the same job and complain about it for 30 years. A lot of people do that, and I'm not knocking it, right? Because if you love what you do, then there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're unhappy, why not take that step to bet on yourself? There becomes a certain point in your life when you realize that you're the only person that can make change in your life. And if you don't do it, you only have yourself to blame, right? Like, nobody else can take you out of your situation but you. What's the sense in being miserable? We could literally die tomorrow. Literally die tomorrow. And I would love to know that I tried my very, very best to make the life that I wanted happen.
She's not wrong. The best thing you can do is bet on yourself. I did that and it's paid off. It's paid off for me because I wasn't trapped, even though I worked in corporate America, and I ran the district, ran a sales team, worked for the same company in a sales position, hired people. I still had to bet on myself. There was a point where I said, hey, you know what? You guys relocated me back to Atlanta. I love Atlanta. I love the real estate market in Atlanta. I'm very familiar with it. Guess what? I worked for you guys for the last 2 to 3 years, and I got some great skills. Selling and how to talk to customers, presentation, different things like that. I'm going to bet on myself now. I'm going to take the skills that I learned, and I'm going to implement them in a project or something that I want. And it benefited me. When I say it benefited me, I quit a 6-figure job, started working Uber, said I'm going to rebuild the real estate business. And with making I think I made $25,000 my first year driving Uber and looking at a way to make some money from 6 figures to 25,000, but it shot me right back up to 6 figures the following year. And I tell people this, I chose to bet on myself. Okay. I chose to take the knowledge that I spent learning about wholesaling real estate and bet on me. I chose to take technology and implement it in my life and in my business to bet on me, to leverage that to get me what I needed and what I wanted. And I think for so long, we kind of got a little lazy because it was so great. We got a great 6-figure job. We want to scream about it. We got a great, not even a 6-figure job, 40,000, 50, 60, 70, wherever your number is. We have to realize that we're trading time for money. And there should always be a way where we can keep working on an off ramp where our trading of time for money becomes less of a priority, and the assets, the intellectual property, the skills that we put in place that we can automate through automation, that we can share through automation, or whatever you choose to do, continuously pays you. So now that time for money change is non-existent. That's why I say wholesaling is a great thing. Creative financing is a great thing. You can still work your 9 to 5 and be a part-timer doing it. You just got to know the rules to do it. If you like, subscribe, follow. Once this drops in the school community, or once the school community goes live, you'll be the first one to know. And you'll be learning from someone that's 20 years in the business, not one of these gurus that learned it 5 years ago and they're teaching you. Oh, it's so great. I like to tell people the good and the bad and the ugly in all of this. Because there's some ugly, but the ugly becomes pretty once you have the skills to navigate it.
CEO of Lovable said that the safest job in the world of AI right now is entrepreneurship. That's what you really need to focus on. Just figure out, learn the skill set of how to build anything, build a business, build a podcast, build a YouTube channel, just build anything. And knowing what to build is one of those important skills as well. How to build it, how to build an audience. Everything is changing right now, so you're just going to have to keep experimenting and see what works for you.
Great. That's right. Build, baby, build. Because now is the time where you can build. You can build for little or nothing, and we've got access to one of the most powerful brains, AI, in putting your thoughts together and spitting out to you a process, a process, system, and ideas that you can chew on now and implement, and build some additional money. You're not just caught up with these job losses, which unfortunately some people are experiencing, and it's hitting them hard.